Hello out there, people of Faerun. It's a great honor to be telling jokes at your amateur stand-up comedy night in the Laughing Stock, this beautiful tavern here. I've never been up to Faerun or the upper plains generally myself as a fiend. I mostly ended up staying in the fire pits where I was born. But as you don't know yet, I like a change of pace sometimes. Now, I've got a couple jokes written down, so I'll go ahead and start telling them if you guys don't mind. Actually, I see a few humans in the crowd. That reminds me of this great story I have with my good friend. He's an Imolith, as you know how they are. So I'm chilling with him, figuratively, in this fire pit, right? I'm getting hungry, he's getting hungry, so I say to him, hey, why don't you go out, get us some larvae or something, we can dig out, maybe get some gladiator matches going on the sides, make some cool bets, have a good old time, right? You know what he says? So then I'm like, hey man, listen, alright, I don't know what you want me to say, alright, I'm just gonna stop being hungry. So, yeah, that's like 20-minute long argument, and about who's gonna go get what, and who's gonna pay for what. And then it turns out, he's got a human immortal servant that he made a contract with like 40 decades ago, right? So I'm thinking, why go through all this fuss when you've got a guy who literally can't refuse your commands? So then I tell him to call him the servant. He does, and this like middle-aged looking guy shows up. He's got this loincloth on, and it's a big old shackle on his leg, so he can't escape, right? So I tell him to go traverse the plain and go pick up some, larva or something, and then he just starts breaking down. Like, he gets on all fours, and he starts like clawing at his chest. Then I think he was trying to cry at a point, but because, he's not from down there, I was gonna say up here, So he starts getting like steam by his eyes and starts burning them. So like he starts keeling over like he's a little bug, like he's one of those millipedes. So while I'm cackling, there's like the whole, I'm laughing my ass off. Well, my friend here, he's got a real short temper. So, he gets up, and he phases his hand through the guy's head and tears out his skull, right? But his brain's still in it, so he's got like separated from his body, and it's still having a reaction because it's like linked to his soul, but it can't properly form any like meaningful movement or anything. So we're still hungry, right? As you could probably expect, because he still hasn't gotten our food. So I think, hey, let's just eat this guy. So then we like tearing him bit from bit. And he's like, you see like his skull's rattling, like it's trying to react or something. And then, like 20 minutes later or something, like, oh, and I'm happy. My friend's happy. That guy isn't happy. He came back like, a few seconds later, of course. Then he gets engulfed in like this pillar of fire, and I have to assume, Emily's buddy sent him off somewhere. I don't know where. And that's usually what he does when he teleports people, so I can only assume. But yeah, anyway, I saw a human in the crowd, and it just reminded me of that funny story with me and my good pal. So yeah. Anyway, anyone up for the real round of jokes now?